Well, by now, for all the candidates who are scheduled to write for June 2020, you should have received communication from CFAI about rebooking for either the December exam or the June exam, if you're level 2 or 3, and if you're level 1, the December or the February exam. So below me, you'll see a timeline or a schedule that was released for APP, so that we are aware of the process that you're going through, so that if you have questions, at least we know how to answer what your questions would be. May 4th, all candidates would have received their email communication. May 5th, which is today, level 3 candidates will be invited to register for the December 2020 or June 2021. And I've said this a number of times, unless there is some calendar reason why you cannot write in December, I don't see why you would defer it to June. You may as well get it out of the way. It's your last exam. Why have it hang over your head January, February, March, April, May? You've got plenty of time. Many of you were 50 to 60 to 90 to 100% prepared when this was canceled anyways. Why delay it? Pick December. Let's get it out of the way. It's a nice Christmas gift to yourself to get it out of the way, and into the new year, you'll start the new year with some happy information. Not only that, if you don't make it, because there's always a percentage that won't make it, at least you'll have the June to make a run at, as opposed to waiting a whole year to June 2022 before you can do it. So I see no reason why you wouldn't pick December on this one. May 6th, this is tomorrow, all level 2 candidates will be invited to register for either the December 2020 or June 2021 exam. Same argument. You were already prepared, or mostly prepared, for June. I don't know why you would delay it a year again, unless there is a specific calendar reason why, where you look at that date and you say it's just not possible. Make a run for December, and you set yourself up for level 3 in June. You don't lose any time. Follow the tapering strategy that I've recommended several times. Start preparing a little bit for level 3. If you're at level 2, prepare for a little bit at level 3 now. The content from 2020 to 2021 does not change. So you can take one section from our website for level 3, and you can prepare for that. I recommend book 3. Book 3 has some nice follow through on level 2. Same with book 6, has some nice follow through on level 2. Taper, so that when you write that December exam, between the December writing and the results, maybe you can knock out book 4 at level 3. You're 50% done level 3. You can make a run for June, and you haven't lost any time. Had you written this June, you would have written level 3 next June. You haven't lost any time. So I see no reason why you would wait till June. Hit the December exam. There's lots of time. At this point, you have the time. So it's not as if, well, the calendar is not in my favor. I just don't have the time to do it. You have lots of time. You were already halfway there. Level 1. This requires a little bit more help here. Level 1, you'll be, if you were going to write in June, you can either select the December exam or February. And some of you may be thinking, well, February, that's not bad. If you write in February, it's doubtful you'll have your results back in time to make a run for level 2 June. If you're writing in December, you were going to write in June, now you're writing December, you were already somewhat prepared, follow the tapering strategy. Take a couple sections at level 2, prepare for those at level 2. They'll help reinforce what you did at level 1. Write your level 1 in December, make a run for level 2 in June of next year. You haven't lost any time. Now, I know on Reddit there is some chatter about strategy here. And some people are leaning towards the February exam because they're arguing that, well, the questions are going to be easier. They're not going to be as hard. There are fewer questions, and it'll be easier to pass. So I'm going to take February. Let me knock that out of your head right now. The questions will not be easier. They will not change. The level of difficulty of the question will not change. There'll just be fewer questions. because a lot of research shows that by the time you get to about 180 questions, there will be no difference in your score from 180 to 240. You can use fewer questions. So you're not going to get an easier exam. You'll get a shorter exam, sure, but it won't be any easier. Your chances of passing will not be any higher. It'll be the same. I don't see the pass rates changing at all from the low 40s, 42, 43, 44% pass rate. I don't see that changing. I have experience with moving from classical test theory to item response theory, which is exactly what's going on. When you move from pen and paper to the computer, you can then start structuring questions so that they are unique to the way you answer. And it is a better test. It'll find your score better. There is less probability of luck playing a role in getting a higher score. Less probability of luck playing a role. So it is not going to be easier. I know on Reddit there's a lot of chatter that, oh, the questions will be easier. I don't know where somebody came up with that information. But if you contact CFAI directly and ask them, I think they'll disavow you of that very quickly. There's no evidence that these questions will be easier. There's no indication that there is any intention to make them easier. I hear no intention about making them harder. There's just fewer, and they're more customized to the way that you're going to answer that exam. But I don't see pass rates increasing. So if you were already prepared for June, or almost prepared for June, make a run at December, use the tapering strategy, make a run for June 2021. You haven't lost any time. I caution you against playing a strategic card thinking that you're going to have a better chance in February. You can try to write in February, you won't have a better chance, and you're going to miss the June run, which means you're off for another year. So if you have a schedule at when you want to be done this process, this is going to delay you a whole year for this. So I see no reason why you would pick February when December is right there for you. For those who are not registered for level 1 at all at this point, you can register for the December exam, and beginning June 16th, you can register for the 2021 level 1 exam, which is the February sitting. Now that happens in a window. There's not just one date, but there's a period of time, and you pick your date over that period of time that you want to show up to the testing center. So starting June 16th, you can then register for the February exam. If you're going to write level 1, I say register early. It's the cheapest rate you're going to pay. Register early, start early, time will tick away. If you're not registered for level 2 or level 3, registration opens July 29th for 2021. So if you are going to write level 2, you can't sit for the December exam, and if you didn't register for the June 2020 exam, and you had made up your mind that, well, I'm only going to write it in 2021, you can, as of July 29th, register for the exam. But since the content doesn't change year over year, you can subscribe to our site for level 2 or level 3 content at any time and get the 2021 content. Because it is the same as 2020. So you can start on the content before you actually have to register, if you are so motivated to do so. Anyways, there we are. Again, let me stress, choose December. I see no reason why you would want to choose any other date than December. It's right there for you. You were prepared for it. There's no reason to delay it. For level 1 specifically, don't think that there's a strategic option here. There isn't. There's just a waste of time. There's just a delay of 2 months. That's all you're getting out of it. All right.